What if everything you've been taught about change, about willpower, discipline, and hard work was wrong? Not just slightly off, but a calculated misdirection. For decades, industries built on your struggle, from pharmaceutical companies to self-help empires, have thrived by convincing you that transformation is slow, difficult, and dependent on external solutions. But cutting-edge neuroscience is revealing something radically different. Your brain is capable of rewiring itself faster than ever believed possible. And the most potent time to do it? The 8 minutes before sleep. This isn't a hack. It's a biological opportunity window backed by decades of research on brainwave states, memory consolidation, and neuroplasticity. In this video, you're not just going to learn a theory, you're going to be handed a nightly system that reshapes your subconscious and reclaims the power you've been conditioned to give away. Every night, right before you fall asleep, your brain transitions through a powerful neurological gateway. Your brain waves move from beta, alert, analytical, into alpha, relaxed focus, and then theta, deep suggestibility, and finally delta, restorative sleep. The theta state, that dreamy in-between moment, is especially significant. Children spend more time in theta, which is why they learn so rapidly, and adults, not so much. But every night, you return to that same state. Why does this matter? Because in theta, your subconscious is wide open. It's listening, it's recording, and it doesn't argue. It simply accepts. This means whatever you think, feel, or imagine during those minutes, whether it's worry or possibility, becomes a raw material your brain uses to wire new neural pathways. Most people waste this window with stress, doom scrolling, or replaying arguments. But tonight, you'll begin using it with surgical precision. Here's a staggering fact. Your conscious mind processes about 40 bits of information per second. But your subconscious, 40 million. That's 1,000,000 times more data influencing your beliefs, decisions, and actions without you even realizing it. And this system runs your life, not your willpower, not your to-do list. Your subconscious beliefs dictate your patterns, how you respond to stress, how much money you allow yourself to earn, how you see your body, and how you treat love. If you don't consciously reprogram it, your subconscious will default to whatever it learned in childhood, even if those programs are outdated, limiting, or entirely false. But the good news, with repetition and emotional intensity, those old programs can be rewritten. The most effective time to do that? Right before sleep. Dr. Alvaro Pascual Leone, a neuroscientist at Harvard, conducted a study where participants mentally rehearsed playing the piano without touching the keys. After 5 days, brain scans revealed the same neurological changes as participants who physically practiced. Your brain does not distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. This is why mental rehearsal, especially when paired with elevated emotion, is so effective. Every night, you have the opportunity to create a mental movie of your ideal future. When done in the theta state, this rehearsal installs new circuits, like software being uploaded while the computer is idle. The more consistently you rehearse, the more permanent those changes become. Here's where most people get it wrong. They try to think their way into change. But the subconscious doesn't speak in logic. It speaks in emotion. Say you repeat, "I am confident," while internally you're feeling anxious and doubtful. The subconscious doesn't believe your words now. It listens to your feelings, and emotion is the amplifier, the GPS signal, the fuel. So how do we use this? Well, during those 8 minutes before sleep, you don't just think about your goals. You have to feel them. You feel what it would be like to already be healthy, wealthy, free, and fulfilled. That's the key. Neuroscience confirms this. Combining intention, a clear vision, with elevated emotion, gratitude, excitement, love, creates coherence in the brain and heart. And that's when your subconscious gets to work. When you consistently feel the emotions of your desired future, your body begins to believe that future is happening now. This isn't woo-hoo. It's measurable, biology. Studies show that when people visualize healing while feeling gratitude, their immune system strengthens. When they rehearse success while feeling joy, their stress hormones drop. Your body is always listening. Think of it this way. Your thoughts are the signal, but your emotions are the voltage. When you pair the two consistently, especially before sleep, you change your internal state and your external reality follows. Let's talk about one of the most misunderstood ideas in modern science, the observer effect. In quantum physics, experiments like the famous double-slit experiment revealed something shocking. Particles behave differently depending on whether or not they're being observed. When unobserved, particles, they act like waves, existing in many possibilities. But when observed, they collapse into one outcome. So in plain terms, your attention influences reality. And this ties directly into the way our thoughts, beliefs, and expectations shape our experiences. When you consciously focus your energy on a desired outcome, especially in theta state, you are collapsing possibilities into reality. This isn't a metaphor. It's measurable physics applied to human consciousness. Each night you have the opportunity to rehearse the version of yourself who already has what you desire, not just in thought, but in behavior and identity. Let's say your future self is confident, disciplined, and calm under pressure. You don't wait to feel like that. You rehearse it. A study at Cleveland Clinic found that people who simply visualize themselves lifting weights increase their strength by 13% without ever touching a dumbbell. That's the power of identity rehearsal. Every night you mentally step into your future self's shoes. You see what they see, feel what they feel, act how they act. In your brain, faithful and obedient begins rewiring itself accordingly. So let's break down this process into a nightly ritual you can follow starting tonight. I call it the sleep protocol. First step is stillness. You need to sit or lie in stillness and breathe deeply. Let the body relax and then let go. Mentally release the identity of who you were today and just picture it dissolving. And then we need to elevate. You have to feel elevated emotions, gratitude, love, excitement. And then you need to have envision. Picture your ideal tomorrow through the eyes of your future self. And then we program. Affirm what you want to experience and feel. Speak directly to your subconscious with clarity and certainty. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. The ritual is more important than the details. As you elevate your consciousness, something unexpected happens. You begin to influence others effortlessly. This is because we are all connected in a shared field of energy and information. Research into the Maharishi effect found that when 1%, just 1% of the population practice meditation, crime rates drop significantly in that area. Emotional coherence in individuals leads to coherence in communities. So understand this. Every time you rewire your mind, you ripple that change outward. Your energy uplifts others. Your growth gives people permission to grow. You're not just doing this for yourself. You're lighting the path for others. Neuroscience has a term, Hebb's law. Neurons that fire together wire together. That means that every time you think a thought and feel a feeling together, you strengthen that pathway. At first, it's like a dirt road, but with repetition, it becomes a superhighway. This is how new identities become automatic. The hardest part is starting, but once you gain momentum, your subconscious begins to crave those elevated states. You'll wake up feeling more clear, more focused, more aligned, without even trying. And eventually, your outer world will begin to reflect your inner change. But the real transformation isn't just external success. It's who you've become. People will notice. They'll ask what changed, and you'll know it started with 8 minutes before sleep. You are no longer hoping things improve. You are creating the improvement. You become the living proof that change is not only possible, it's predictable when you align thought, emotion, and repetition. When you do this consistently, a powerful shift occurs. Your new thoughts become automatic. Your new emotions become your baseline. Your behaviors stop feeling forced. They start feeling natural. That's when you know the program has been installed. It's just like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. It becomes second nature because your identity is no longer who you were. It's who you've rehearsed, visualized, and emotionally conditioned yourself to be. And every single night, as you close your eyes and drift into sleep, you're not just ending a day, you're beginning a transformation. You're no longer a victim of your past programming. You're the conscious architect of your future. You are evidence that change is not only possible, it's inevitable when you align the right tools with the right timing. If this message resonated with you, it's not by accident. You are meant to hear this now, at this stage in your journey, because you're ready to take the next step to your higher version of yourself. So don't just let this be another piece of motivation that fades by the morning. Make it your ritual. Tonight and every night, take 8 intentional minutes to rewire your mind. Become the person your future is waiting for. And if you want to keep rewiring, evolving, and unlocking your full potential, subscribe to this channel now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a tool, a technique, or insight that can elevate your life. Drop a comment below and tell us, what future version of yourself are you committed to becoming starting tonight? Your transformation isn't just about you. It's about everyone who will be inspired by your example. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, sleep with purpose and wake up empowered.